Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start very... Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. Again, on my own personal YouTube channel. As always, it is very much appreciated. I hope you all enjoyed your weekend. We're sat here on Monday, the 13th of April, 2026. And it's time to take another look at a Classic Watch 26 possible, I think. Again, this time based and running in Japan, ahead of the Japanese 2000 Guineas this coming week. But before we start taking a look at that, I always like to mention my own personal Patreon channel here in my YouTube video. It's called Newman Racing. Why don't you head over there and see if it's for you? You know, there's plenty of resources on there. There's plenty of free content on there as well. Plenty of paid content as well. Also, all the national hunt racing that I take a look at has gone over to the Patreon channel now. And also, it is the place where I do all the reviews at the end of the season, where I get off plenty of fairly average horses. So yeah, I would always encourage everybody to check out my Patreon over at Newman Racing. You never know, it might just be for you. But Classic Watch 26, where can people find all the Classic Watch horses this year? Well, they can be found at classicwatch26.great/site.net is where people will be able to find this year's edition. The site really coming together now. You'll see that the fourth theatre is on the site. Japanese trained horses to go with South Africa and Australia and New Zealand. And what better way to herald the Japanese horses coming onto the site than to take out the first Japanese classic of the season, which is what we did with Hanshin Juvenile Fillies winner, Star Anise. A comfortable winner, it's fair to say, of the Japanese 1000 Guineas last week. The same weekend that Oh Hope He Wins managed to land the Australian Oaks. So we've had a double classic weekend this week here on Classic Watch 26. Obviously, plenty more theatres coming to add. We've got to add America, France, the UK, Ireland, Germany. You know, there's plenty of arenas still to come. So head over to classicwatch26.great/site.net and enjoy the journey. You'll see the Roll of Honour is really coming together now after we added the bunch of Japanese 1000 Guineas horses to the site. And we've even got a couple of 2-year-old winners now. We've still got just the one all-aged race winner, War of Athena, out in South Africa at listed level. But hopefully, it's more of a European thing, that. Hopefully, towards the end of the European season, if we're here to update the site on a New Year's Day, Jan 2027, the Roll of Honour will be looking very nice indeed. But it's coming together very nicely. classicwatch26.great/site.net is where people will be able to find these horses. And who knows, they might even find this horse here. Peintre Naif is the name of the horse, a colt sired by Kizuna out of a dam called Art Brute, who herself was sired by Macvi. This horse is interesting. Peintre Naif, owned by Carrot Farm Company Limited and trained by Tetsuya Kimura. The horse was bred by Nikapu Hashimoto Bokujo. People take a look at the form of the horse. This is another one that hasn't raced at 3-year-old this year, managing to win on its third start the Group 2 Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes back on the 24th of November 2025. The horse unfortunately couldn't win first time out. It was second favourite on debut and managed to finish second, beaten by Art Basel. And then the horse managed to win at Nakayama on the 21st of September when ridden. The horse has been ridden for all 3 of its starts by Christophe Lemaire and has raced solely over 1 mile, 1 furlongs on turf, which is 1,800 metres. The horse was also primarily raced on good ground, nothing else but good ground at the moment. And the race record so far is 2 wins out of 3, 2 wins and a first. The horse has never finished out of the first 2 in its life. And the horse has currently earned 47.04 million yen. Yet to race at 3, this horse. It'll be very interesting to see how the horse gets on in this first classic of the Japanese season. When people look at the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database, they will see that the dam line of Peintre Naif is 9E. That is what we're expecting this year. This is what we're focusing on in this video, 9E. And you'll see that the horse is up to date, 3 starts, 2 wins and a place, 47,041,000 Japanese yen currently earned. And it's win there as well also in the Group 2 Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes is already on the site. What we're going to do in the usual fashion is we're going to take a look probably back to the first 4 dams this time, because this one is a dam line that has been covered in previous videos. So I will be able to help to cut down the length of the video in this one by using a card for a horse, which we will do as we need it. But with the usual fashion, we'll pick up all the horses that we find along the way, and then we'll watch the horse Peintre Naif win the Group 2 Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes. Horse didn't win first time out, so we won't watch it win its maiden, but we will watch it win the Group 2 2-year-old race from November at the end of the video. But for now, I think it's about time to see what we've got. I think before we even take a look at the dam, we're looking at horses. Parallel Vision is a horse born in 2019, sired by Kizuna, out of Art Brute. So this is a full brother to our horse, it's fair to say. Peintre Naif, 4 years older. Parallel Vision raced 21 times in his career, 6 wins, 1 second and 4 thirds. 11 of 21 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of 137,388,000 Japanese yen. Interesting horse, Parallel Vision. Managed to win at 5 the Group 3 Lord Derby Challenge Trophy of 2024. So this horse is a full brother to a horse that has already won a Group 3 race out in Japan. Our Group 2 winning horse, but that was at 5. There was nothing at 3. The horse was also placed in various stakes races and rated races as well. But the only group race he won was the Lord Derby Challenge Trophy of 2024. Take a look at the dam of the horse now. Art Brute, a mare born in 2012, sired by McPhee out of Exhibit 1. Exhibit 1, an American bred mare who was sired by Silver Hawk. Art Brute in his career, raced 10 times in her career, 4 wins, 2 seconds and a third, 7 out of 10 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of 49,389,000 yen. No pattern race form for Art Brute, but it was another one owned by Carrot Farm and bred by Northern Farm. I think Carrot Farm are the owners of this horse as well. Yeah, Carrot Farm Company Limited. This one wasn't bred by Northern Farm like the dam. But she did win 4 out of her 10 races. Another horse we need to take a look at is Peintre Naif, a Japanese horse born in 2013, sired by Zeno Rob Roy, out of a dam called Exhibit 1. So this is a half-sister to the dam of our horse. Peintre Naif raced 15 times in his career, 6 wins, a second and 5 thirds. 12 out of 15 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of 157,906,000 yen. Interesting horse, Peintre Naif. Won, again, at Group 3 level, the Chunichi Shimbun High of 2017, a race held at Chukyo, over 1 mile, 2 furlongs. So yeah, another Group 3 winner bred by Northern Farm and owned by Carrot Farm as well. Interesting horse. Auction is one we need to take a look at. A mare born in 2010, sired by Mr. Greeley, out of Exhibit 1. So again, another half-sister to our horse. Auction raced 19 times in her career, 3 wins, a second and 2 thirds. 6 out of 19 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of £36,589 UK pounds. Auction was actually placed in the 2013 listed Sandringham Handicap at Royal Ascot in, like I said, 2013, placed second. But yeah, a useful mare, it's fair to say. On now to the second dam of our horse, Exhibit 1, a mare born in 2002, sired by Silver Hawk out of Tsar's Pride, a British bred mare who was sired by Sadler's Wells. Exhibit 1 raced 11 times in her career, 3 wins, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. 7 out of 11 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of $237,405 US dollars in her career. Decent horse, Exhibit 1, out in Italy. The horse managed to win 2 Italian Group 3 races. The horse won the Primo Paolo Mezzanotte of 2006. And the horse also won the Group 3 Premio Carlo D'Alessio the year after in 2007. The horse was also Group 1 place that year in the GP de Milano of 2007, a Group 1 race. And the horse was also placed in a French Group 2 race, the Prix de Pomone, the year before in 2006. So we've got Group 1 and Group 2 placed, double Group 3 winner. Second dam, an Italian dual Group 3 winner, sent to Japan in 2011 in foal to McPhee, and that might well be the dam of this horse. So yeah, we've got a decent enough second dam, another one bred by Juddmonte Farms and owned by Scuderia Diamante. This horse, Exhibit 1, very good second dam, it's fair to say. It's then that we go up a little level, really. I'd say it's fair to say on the horses. Zarinsk. Zarinsk is a filly born in 2020, sired by Kodiak out of Pavlovsk. People will see that Tsar's Pride is the second dam of this horse, and Tsar's Pride is the dam of Exhibit 1. Zarinsk raced 9 times in her career, 5 wins and 1 third, 6 out of 9 in the first 3, for career earnings of €239,650 in her career. Zarinsk was a decent horse. She managed to win the Group 2 Minstrel Stakes at Leopardstown, the Group 3 Cornell's Court Stakes at Leopardstown, as well as the Group 3 Brownstown Stakes, and she was also a winner of the listed Ingerbell Stakes at 2-year-old at Leopardstown. Very good horse, Zarinsk was, it's fair to say. Group 2 dual Group 3 and listed winner, owned and bred by Juddmonte Farms. Babouche is a filly born in 2022, sired by Kodiak out of Pavlovsk. So this is a full brother to the horse we've just looked at, really, it's fair to say. Full sister, sorry. Babouche raced 6 times in her career, managed to win 4 of them. 4 out of 6 starts in the first 1, for career earnings of €289,695 and £15,629 UK pounds. Babouche raced very well in her career. She was a Group 1 winner at 2, managing to win the Group 1 Phoenix Stakes of 2024. The horse also won the Group 3 Anglesey Stakes the same year and was 4th in the Group 1 Cheveley Park Stakes. And at 3, the horse came out and won another Group 3 race, winning the Lacken Stakes, a Group 3 race held at Naas. Group 1 and dual Group 3 winner Babouche in her career, another one owned and bred by Juddmonte Farms. This is pretty much a Juddmonte line, really. The further back you go, it's fair to say. The next horse we're going to take a look at is Tsar's Pride, and she is the third dam of our horse, Peintre Naif. Tsar's Pride was born in 1996, sired by Sadler's Wells, out of an American-bred dam called Bold Empress, who herself was sired by Dices. Tsar's Pride raced 4 times in her career, 1 win and 2 places, 3 out of 4 starts in the first 2, and she managed to win €19,818 in her career. Interesting horse, Tsar's Pride. She was 2nd in the listed Prix de Liancourt in France in 1999. And as we know, she is a multiple black type producer, another one owned by Khalid Abdullah and bred by Juddmonte Farms. Daring Love is an interesting horse. I never knew this horse existed until I looked at this video. Male born in 2002, sired by Big Shuffle out of Daring Action. People will see that she's a British bred mare, and Bold Empress is the second dam of this horse. Daring Love won all 3 of her first 3 starts, 3 out of 3 on the track. I think it's a mare, isn't it, this horse, Daring Love, is that right? Yeah, it is. Daring Love won 3 out of 3 starts and €71,000 in her career. She managed to win the Group 2 Maurice Lacroix Trophy, a 6 furlong race in Germany, and she also managed to win the Oppenheim Rennen, a listed race in Germany as well for owners and breeders, Gestut Onquel. She suddenly had an accident in training, was retired immediately, and she went to the paddocks at Gestut Onquel in Germany, suddenly euthanised in January 2005. But yeah, Group 2 enlisted winner. She made a very encouraging start to her career, it's fair to say, Daring Love, before it was sadly cut short. Next one we need to take a look at is the fourth dam of our horse. Bold Empress is the name of the horse. Bold Empress, born in 1992, sired by Dices out of Xyzophon, an American-bred mare who was sired by the Minstrel. Bold Empress again, a fairly lightly raced mare, 3 starts and 1 victory, earning €12,196 on the track. Not sure if there's any pattern race form, there wasn't. This was another one owned by Khalid Abdullah and bred by Judmont Farms in what was a fairly light race career. It's fair to say, Bold Empress. But it's about now really that the class of the line really does start to come through. Zophonic, a horse born in 1990, sired by Gone West out of Xyzophon. So Zophonic is a half-sister to the fourth dam of our horse. Zophonic raced 7 times in his career, 5 wins and a second, 6 out of 7 starts in the first 2, for career earnings of $984 US dollars in his career. Fantastic horse. Zophonic was a classic winner of the UK 2000 Guineas of 1993. The horse was a 4-time Group 1 winner. Horse also won the Dewhurst in England, at the Prix de Salamandre in France, and the Prix Morny in France. Champion 2-year-old colt in Europe and England. He suddenly died in September 2002 in a paddock accident at Arrowfield Stud in Australia. Excuse me. Another one owned by Prince Khalid Abdullah and bred by Judmont Farms. What a horse Zophonic was. Remember him going round very well in his career. We can take a look through this horse, Royal Symphony, an Australian-bred horse at stud now. We can see a bit of the stud record of Zophonic. He's on here somewhere. There he is, of Zophonic. Foals, 634 foals. 532 of them ran. 363 of them won. And Zophonic himself sired 53 stakes winners in his stallion career. Very good stallion. It's fair to say any stallion who sires over 50 stakes winners is not messing about. You see that in comparison, the Minstrel sired 58. Zophonic was only 3 behind him. Very good horse. Zophonic was, and a good stallion as well, sire of over 50 stakes winners. Zamindar, a horse born in 1994, sired by Gone West again, out of Xyzophon. So this is a full brother to Zophonic and another half brother to our horse. Zamindar raced 7 times in his career, 2 wins, 2 seconds and a third. 5 out of 7 starts in the first 3, for career earnings of €120,435. Clearly not as good as Zophonic on the track. Zamindar managed to win the Group 3 Prix de Cabourg at 2 in 1996. That was his only Group 1 win. Zamindar was only 5th in the 2000 Guineas of 1997, and the horse was placed in another 2 Group 1 races at 2. He's placed in the Prix Morny and the Prix de Salamandre races that his full brother Zophonic managed to win. Horse at 3 was also placed 2nd in the Prix Reese Oranges, a Group 3 race at Deauville as well. Horse went to stud in 2000 and 2013 at Newmarket. Horse went to stud in Florida as well. Sadly pensioned in November 2013. Another one owned and bred by Judmont Farms. And rather like the last one, through this stallion here, Headman, Zamindar is actually the dam sire of Kingman. You'll see there Zenda. Classic winning dam is out of Zamindar. So people can see that Zamindar had 828 foals foaled, 668 of them ran, 375 of them won, and Zamindar sired 35 stakes winners. So 20 or so behind his brother. But again, yeah, very good sire, Zamindar. Anything over 30 is decent, really. 35 individual stakes winners, that is. Not 2 horses haven't won 17 races between them. This horse has won 35 individual horses that have won stakes races. Zamindar. Better stallion, it's fair to say, than he was a racehorse. I think it's fair to say. But yeah, good horse, Zamindar, in the shed. Another horse that we need to take a look at is Shuttle Diplomacy. A horse born in the year 2000, sired by Seeking the Gold out of Xyzophon. So this is another one, another stallion, who's relative to the fourth dam of our horse. Shuttle Diplomacy raced 5 times in his career, 2 wins and a second, 3 out of 5 in the first 2, for career earnings of £39,851 UK pounds in his career. Shuttle Diplomacy never won a pattern race, unfortunately. He was placed in 2 Group 1 races. He was 3rd in the Futurity Stakes and the Prince Stakes, Group 1, and the horse was also 2nd in the Group 3 Prix de Fontainebleau. So Group 1, dual Group 1 and Group 3 placed horse, Shuttle Diplomacy. He was in fact the leading freshman sire in 2008-9 in Argentina, and he was trained by Andre Fabre, and the horse did find a stallion job in Argentina. And it's through this stallion here, really, a Ticket to Run, a Chilean sire who I know nothing about. And people can see that Shuttle Diplomacy is actually on here. There he is there, look. Shuttle Diplomacy sired 287 foals, 165 of them ran, 71. And Shuttle Diplomacy only, in fact, sired 3 stakes winners in his career. But yeah, he went to stud, and he made his mark as the dam sire of this horse, Scat Daddy sired Ticket to Run. But yeah, interesting stallion. Shuttle Diplomacy, it's fair to say, out in South America. Another horse we need to take a look at is Announce, a mare born in 2007, sired by Selkirk out of Hachita. People will see that Xyzophon is the 3rd dam of this horse, Announce. Announce raced 10 times in her career, 5 wins and 3 seconds, 8 out of 10 starts in the first 2, for career earnings of €394,960 in France. Good horse, Announce, owned by Khalid Abdullah and Judmont Farms and bred by Judmont Farms at 4. This horse was a Group 1 winner, winning the Prix Jean Romanet of 2011. The horse also won 2 Group 3 races, the Allée France and the Prix Minerve, and the horse also won the listed Prix de Tiberville at Longshot. So Group 1 and dual Group 3 winner. The horse was also placed in another Group 1 race, the Prix de l'Opera, and the Group 2 Prix Corrida, as well as being placed in the Group 3 La Coupe at 4. Very good dam, Announced, bred and owned by Khalid Abdullah and Judmont Farms, respectively. Group 1 winning mare. Well done. Announced, another Group 1 winner on this line. Xyzophon, the 5th dam of our horse, Peintre Naif. Xyzophon was born in 1982, sired by the Minstrel, out of a dam called Mofida, who herself was born in 1974 and was sired by Right Tack. Xyzophon raced 14 times in her career, 2 wins and 7 starts, and 7 seconds, 9 out of 14 starts in the first 2, for career earnings of $50,196 US dollars in her career. Xyzophon was placed in, managed to win actually, the Group 3 Seaton Delaval Stakes of 1984 at 2. The horse was also placed 3rd in the Group 2 Queen Elizabeth II Stakes, which is now a Group 1 race, and was also placed in the Group 2 Nassau, which is now Group 1 race, 4th, in the Group 2 Nassau, and was also 4th in the Group 3 Child Stakes, a race which now might be the Falmouth. The horse was also dam of Zaphonic and Zamindar as a Prix de Moulin winner there, and as we know, a very good horse. Group 3 winning, 5th dam on the track, placed in what is now a Group 1 race, was a Group 2 race when she was going round, the Kiwi 2, the horse bred by Aween Limited in Kentucky. Managed to finish place more than it won, but it did win that crucial Group 3 race, really, at 2 in 1984. But yeah, very good dam, Xyzophon, it's fair to say. And it's then that we can think about stopping looking at the pedigree of this horse, because this line is actually, the Mofida line has actually been covered before by me on a Classic Watch. Sorry, I don't think that might have come up in the video, but that's all we can do about that. A very good horse, it is fair to say. Not happening again, do we? Xyzophon, that's a very interesting horse, I think, to go back with, but like I said, the dam line has been covered before. This section of 9E through my feeder, and it's pretty much through this horse here, Half Day, who was a Classic Watch 2024 possible, sired by Lope de Vega out of Daytime, who was sired by Frankel. You see, they never really followed Half Day throughout the rest of her career. That is, in fact, wrong. Half Day did manage to win, though, the Group 3 Prix de Cleopatra of 2024 in her career, trained by Carlos Lafan-Parias out in France for owners and breeders, Wertheimer Effrere. But she developed really into a bit of a pacemaker for the classics, unfortunately, for her owner mate, L'Aventure. But she was a good horse in her own right, Group 3 winner. And we took a look at Half Day in the Classic Watch 2024 edition. So rather than bang on about the history of this horse, I could just put in a card to Half Day for people to look at. And I'll do that now. And that will enable us to move on. We can take a look quickly at the horse, really, on the historical site. You'll see there that the Family 9E, this part was quite easy to find on the historical section, it's fair to say. There is our horse, Zyzophon, and our classic winner there, Zophonic. We should maybe have had a look at them too, Ella Marmel and Reams of Verse in this video. But I do think that all Zyzophon's horses are covered in the Mofida video. So I only looked at the ones directly from Zyzophon on this line, but you'll see there's another British Classic winner from 1996. And Al Marmel as well, a decent enough horse that went round. But I think there's more about them in the card that I've just sent from you. But yeah, you'll see, if you go back to 1866, there isn't much more regarding classics on this line, apart from the section we're on, just the Zyzophon and Zophonic and Reams of Verse section. But midday side, a few nice horses after this lady died. Midday was a nice horse as well. On this line, there's a lot of horses out of Mofida. You see Half Day. Midday would be the second dam of Half Day, for instance. So there's Moderners horses there, you see, and Mofida. So I know that Zyzophon would have been covered in the video I shared. But yeah, very interesting to see that. So this section does seem to be the best historical section that we're on this section 9E, doesn't it? It's fair to say there's some interesting horses on our little section. Right, what we can do now is we can think about closing some tabs down to save on some CPU. And we can watch the horse, Peintre Naif, win the Group 2 Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes back in November the 24th, 2025. Don't forget, this horse hasn't ran since it turned 3. So this will be the first 3-year-old run of the horse, exactly like the way they did it yesterday. Exactly like the horse that won the Guineas, Star Anise, that won the 3-year-old Guineas, the first race. On its first run of the season, can this horse do the same? Peintre Naif, it remains to be seen, it's fair to say. But hopefully now the race will be there for us all to look at. It's been a bit slow today. The race will be picked up sooner or later. I have to just keep waffling at this stage to allow the software time to pick up the website. But luckily, I've been trained in how to do this. But yeah, it's just not picking it up at all. It was very quick the other day, wasn't it, to pick it up? It doesn't seem to be picking it up at all at this stage. I've waffled for long enough now. If it's not there this time, I will stop the video and let it and go and find it. And lo and behold, it is still not there. So let me stop the video and I'll be back shortly. Hello everybody and welcome back. Yeah, it's interesting software, this OBS. It does the job, but it is in no way perfect. No way. It's a beta version, really. They're updating it every month. It's never finished. It's quite common on computers these days to release things when they're never finished. But yeah, this is we found it now. The website has actually picked up the race now. So without further ado, we should be able to watch the Grade 2 Tokyo Sports High Nisei Stakes from last year and see what we think.
順調にゲートに進んで12番コッツォリーノ最後に収まりました。全馬ゲートの中スタートしました。おっと9番ダノンヒストリー後方からになりました。好ダッシュは2番のテルヒコ2コーナーに向かって追って1番のラストスマイル前2頭が抜け出していきますが、バックストレッチに出ていくところ2番テルヒコが今日も先手リードを体半分、これを追って1番ラストスマイル2番手です。3馬身差ができて5番のローベルクランツ、4番ライヒスアドラー内3番手4番手1馬身差控えて7番の中和カーネギー、これに6番サレジオが並んでいます。中段から1馬身半2馬身差ができて10番パントルナイフ、このうちに3番リネンタイリンです。1馬身差8番ゾロアストロは後方寄りの追走、残り1200を通過、2馬身切れて9番ダノンヒストリー、今日は後ろから3頭目の追走となっています。先頭までは12、3馬身、内目に入ってきた11番ストームサンダー、後方から2頭目3コーナーカーブ、2馬身差で12番コッツォリーノ一番後ろからになっています。さあ4コーナー中間です。テルヒコのペースリードを体半分、中和カーネギー2番手2頭の外からサレジオが接近していきます。さあ4コーナー中間、前3頭徐々に差がなくなってきました。 1000m1 分1秒0で通過していきます。2馬身半がいて4番手外目には10番パントルナイフ、その内からはラストスマイル、中段外目ゾロアストロ、ダノンヒストリーは中段後方から一番外に持っていく、4コーナーから直線に向かってきました。先頭2番のテルヒコリードを2馬身取っています。残り400を切って坂を上ってくる中和カーネギー、ラストスマイル内を狙って4番ライヒスアドラー、外から追い込んでくるのはサレジオ、さらにはパントルナイフゾロアストロ、一番外からはダノンヒストリーですが伸び足はどうか。まもなく残り200を切るところ、テルヒコリード1馬身ですが、外から10番のパントルナイフ内を狙って4番ライヒスアドラー、外から8番のゾロアストロ広がってくるが、外から8番のゾロアストロ内は10番パントルナイフ、ゾロアストロかパントルナイフか、並んだゴールイン接戦、3番手4番ライヒスアドラー、さあどうか。差し足見せた8番ゾロアストロ、馬場の真ん中に10番パントルナイフ、この2頭最後は馬体が離れる形で2頭接戦になりました。
That was a very close finish, wasn't it? To the Group 2 Tokyo Sports High Nisai Stakes. I wouldn't like to have been the Japanese judge who had to sort all them out. But when push comes to shove, victory went by ahead to Peintre Naif on the day. Zoroastro, an interesting horse. Yeah, there might be more of that later on this week. Zoroastro, an interesting one. But on that day, it was Peintre Naif that landed the Group 2 honours at 2. Landing the Tokyo Sports High Nisai Stakes on what proved to be his third start. And I thought it was quite difficult to separate them first two there, first and second. But yeah, on the day, on the nod, Peintre Naif managed to get the verdict. Zoroastro beaten on the day. But yeah, good performance by Peintre Naif, I think, to take out that Group 2 race back in November 2025. Is the horse a classic horse? Well, the horse is entered at this stage, early stage, with a week or so, with 6 days or so to go for the Japanese 2,000 guineas. And bearing in mind the dam line he is on, it was very hard not to award this horse his full Classic Watch 26 Possibles video at this stage. At least the horse has earned that. And if the horse does appear in the Japanese 2,000 guineas this next weekend, then there is a fair chance that you will see the horse on classicwatch26.great/site.net as I bid for my 4th classic in succession. Very interesting horse, Peintre Naif, and I do hope he has a very good season moving forwards. There's the Derby and the Ledger to come as well. Rather like the fillies, it'll be a bit of a grand depart for a few colts, this will. We'll set a few out on their way, and their season will go how it will go. Hopefully some of them will end up in the Derby and Oaks as well, in the same way that some of the fillies will end up in the Oaks as well, and the third leg of the Fillies Triple Crown that we're doing this year. But for now, I think I can think about leaving this video here, I think, now we've used the card. A relatively short one today. Thank you very much for taking the time to sit here with me while I made the video. I hope you've all enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed making it. What else I can offer you is a chance to look at the Classic Watch 26 Possibles playlist. Every single horse from around the world on the playlist. That will be at the end of this video. People will be able to click on that and watch that. And I'm also able to give everybody an opportunity to subscribe to my own personal YouTube channel. That way, you will not, if you do a little bit of work with your YouTube notifications, you will not miss any of my videos. There is a way you can get YouTube to notify you every time I upload a video, so you miss nothing. It does take a little bit of work, so I've been told, with the notifications, but plug away at it, and you will eventually get it done. What we got coming up for this week? Well, like I said, Newmarket Classic Trials Week. This week in the UK, the Craven and the Nelgwyn, the UK 1,000 and 2,000 Guineas trials, and also next week, the Japanese 2,000 Guineas. I'm sure there will be plenty of more action going on as well. But for now, I am going to end this video. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Have a fantastic week up and coming. I hope you all enjoy it. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Look after yourselves as well. I hope to be back in some way or form during the week with some more videos, either on my own Patreon, Newman Racing, or on my YouTube channel. My advice would be to stay abreast of both of them, so that way you miss nothing. But for now, I will say goodbye. Take care, everybody, and look after yourselves. Goodbye.